Hello and welcome into this foot stretches exercises to help us prevent injuries. Now our feet are our foundations and we're going to give them a little bit of a stretch. Now I know some people can get tender with the feet, so it's really important that you listen to your feet and you don't just follow me blindly in some of these stretches. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a start. You will need some kind of ball for this as well, whether it be a tennis ball. I've got one of my daughter's tennis balls from our garden, or you could use some kind of massage ball. So if you grab one of those now, and we're going to make a start by bringing your left foot into the floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to fan the toes out nice and wide. So I'm showing you on my hands. If you imagine this is my toe, my thumb is my toe, my little finger is my little toe. We're going to try and fan your toes out as wide as you can like this and spread them out, and then push the knuckles down, the balls of the toes into the floor. And then what we're going to do is we're going to massage and flex and stretch the toes as we do that. So pushing the knuckles, the balls of the toes, whilst also stretching the toes, and we're going to rock forwards and backwards. Now that should feel like it's a nice stretch. Again, it should feel like, oh, that feels good, rather than, oh my gosh, that's really painful. Make sure you're working into, oh, that feels good, which is around about a 7 out of 10. So we're just pushing the weight into the toes and lifting the heel as we do that, and rocking forwards and backwards. Again, it's a nice, soothing, dynamic motion, which is going to help, again, squish the tissues, those little muscles, on all of the fascia as well, the connective tissue that runs over and keeps the muscles from sort of mushing into each other. And the movement lubricates them with a nice, I can't remember the exact name of the solution, but it gets everything. So instead of it being stiff, we're continuing to do this, by the way, as I talk. So instead of everything being really stuck and stiff, the lubrication of the fluid from the movement gets everything moving a little bit more smoothly and glides a little bit more smoothly. If you continue to do that regularly and consistently, then you're going to get more elasticity, more springiness, and you're going to avoid that stiff, tense, stuck kind of feeling. So it's really important that we look after our feet. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side now. So, but as we do that, just feel the after effects. Compare the left to the right. And then we're going to go again, fan the right toes out nice and wide, and then push the balls of the toes into the mat, and then you're going to lift the heel, push some weight into the toes, and then rock backwards, releasing. And you're massaging with that now. Again, breathe as we do it. So I became so obsessed with feet when I kept getting injured, and I did some research and I looked into it, and I found out the importance of footwear, the modern day footwear, how it squishes our feet and how that causes biomechanical issues and strength issues in the feet. And obviously the feet are the main point of contact with the earth. If they are weak or there's some kind of issue, what happens is we get compensations up the body. So I got obsessed with changing and strengthening my feet, making them more adaptable and more resilient. And what's happened is my running has transformed as a result of that as well. So we're just massaging through that. I do have bent toes and crooked little toes that turn in as a result of 30. I'm 41 now. I think I've been really focusing on this for about 10 years. So about 30 years worth of wearing the wrong size shoes and wearing narrow shoes and modern day shoes that squish our toes. So it's taken a long time to really undo that work. But I've got to the point where my big toes especially are very strong, which is really essential. Okay, now what we're going to do, this one can cause people discomfort. I've worked with a lot of runners that this one will really trouble people. So what we're going to do is tuck the toes under, and if this is painful, you just work, again, just a small motion, just make it smaller. So now what you're going to do is you're going to try and push the tops of the knuckles down into the floor, and then rock the heel towards the floor like this, stretching the top of the feet and top of the toes, and then you rock forwards and back again, same thing. But this one can feel really tender, really vulnerable. So make sure you make the motion smaller if it's feeling tender. But breathe as we do it. Again, really valuable work for our feet. So our big toes, they take roughly around about 40% of our body weight each toe. So just our two big toes, they are taking about 80% of our body weight as we run. So they are extremely important. It's extremely important that we're trying to get the big toe to flex at least a 30-degree angle as well as taking all of that weight. And if we don't, we get massive compensations. We get collapsed arches, we get issues in the shins because of that. We get the knee taking more of the brunt of that, and the hips and the lower back. So it's like a cascade up the body. Can you tell I'm passionate about feet and working on them? Well done for being here, because you are in the minority of people that will have clicked on this video to do this work. So well done. Okay, we're going to just release that and feel the after effects. Now we're going to bring the right toes again, starting to curl them under and tuck them under. And again, make sure you're not pushing into pain. And then if we can, we'll go heel to the floor and heel up. Massage and breathe. So if you're interested in finding out what kind of a structured program looks like in the week with strength and stretching, how you should sort of structure that, I've got a free 7-day video program that I've put together. You can have a look in the link in the description below. You sign up with that with your email, and you get the free email of 7 days of videos back with you. That gives you an insight into some of my programs and my coaching, and that is ultimately what I am. I am a coach, so I'm selling my services a little bit there, but you get the freebie and you get a taste of that. So if you're interested, have a look in the link in the description below. Okay, we're going to work into the ball in a moment. Just keep massaging and breathing with that. Okay, and then we're just going to take that foot out. Again, feel the after effects. Place the ball onto the floor. And now what we're going to do is we're always going to work in, so from the balls of the toes to where the heel starts, we're working into the arch of the foot all the way around. So we'll start with the left foot. Now we'll start on the inner part, and we're going massaging the inner part of the arch, and that should feel really nice. Straight away I'm like, oh, it should feel like a really good foot massage. Okay, so we're going nice and slow, just applying the right amount of pressure. And what's the right amount of pressure? Well, it shouldn't feel like, oh my gosh, that's really painful. It should feel like, oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah, I like that. That feels good. So that's the scale we're working on. So what we're doing now is we're going rolling the ball, from the inner arch through to the middle of the arch, and then to the outer part of the foot, and then we're coming back into the middle, back into the inner arch. So we're rolling it from knuckles to the start of the heel, so right along the middle of the arch all the way through. Breathe as we do that. Relax the jaw and shoulders. It should feel really good. Again, what we're doing with the ball now in this deep tissue massage is we're really trying to work into and break up those stiff, tense tissues that might be in the foot arch. Which is really good for the fascial tissue. And again, with consistent work, if we're doing this type of session 2 to 3 times per week for at least 8 to 12 weeks, we are going to notice noticeable changes in our foot contact. We will feel more stable, we will feel more springy, we will have a better toe off position because of that. So it will improve our running. It'll also improve your walking and your day-to-day movement. You will feel almost as if you're better connected to the floor. Okay, we're going to swap sides now, and I feel the after effects. That should feel like, oh, that feels good. Let's start on the arch again. So we're just working up and down on the inner arch. Notice the difference. Does this foot feel more tender or less tender or about the same? And then start to again just move now, go to the middle of the arch of the foot with the ball, and then go to the outer part of the arch, and then go back to the middle, and then to the inner arch, and you just work your way through that now, like that, alternating between those points. So a great way to help a running buddy or a family member look after their feet is to share this video with them, to say, you need this exercise is great. It's going to really help your feet and really help you running. And if you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and maybe a comment. Let me know. That's great to see people are enjoying this type of content. And as I've mentioned, if you want to have that free 7-day program, there's the link in the description. And well done, as I said, for being here and putting this work into your feet, into your foundations. We're going to slowly step out of that. Feel the feet into the floor now. And fantastic work. Well done again for showing up for your feet, for your foundations. And I shall see you in the next video.